What is lipid? Have you ever heard about lipids? I guess no. So don't worry. Today we're diving into the deliciously tricky word of lipids, or as most of us call them, fats. Now, before you start side-eyeing your lunch or confessing your love for cheese, hold on. So get ready to unwrap the mystery of fats without judgment, and maybe with some snack breaks in between. Lipids are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms, with lower proportion of oxygen than carbohydrate. Lipids, also insoluble in water, means that it never ever dissolve in water, no matter how much tank of water that you drink. You guys must be wondering that lipids really functioning for our body? It is just fats, though. Lipids are like that friend who gets a bad reputation, such as coming late for class or sleeping in the class. But it is actually super important. First, energy source. They give us energy for us to do our daily things. Lipids are the most concentrated energy source, which is 1 gram only provides 9 kilocalories of energy. How cool lipids are. Lipids also be stored in adipose tissue for long-term energy. For example, fat acts as an energy reserve during fasting or illness. We are really sick without lipids. Second, structural component of cell slide. With many lipids, they form the phospholipid bilayer of cell membranes, which is essential for cell integrity and function. In essence, phospholipids in cell membranes control what enters and leaves the cell. Next, insulation and protection. Fat layers in the body also help maintain body temperature. Someone who has more fat tend to produce more heat compared to the skinny one, so please be friend who has more fat. Fat also help cushion vital organs such as kidneys and eyes. Then, hormone synthesis. Lipids are precursors for steroid hormones such as estrogen, testosterone and cortisol. It is crucial for normal growth, reproduction and stress hormone. Other than that, absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. Lipids help absorb vitamins A, D, E, K in the intestines. Because without lipid, these vitamins can't be effectively utilised. Same goes to human. Without siblings, you will be lonely. Next, cell signalling and nerve function slide. Lipids, such as cholesterol and sphingolipids, play roles in nerve conduction and signal transmission. For instance, myelin sheath around neurons is lipid-rich. Lastly, waterproofing and lubrication. Lipids also form protective barriers on skin and mucous membrane. So, those who have glowing skin and so on, you are rich with lipids. Sebum and waxes also prevent dehydration and friction.
Next, fatty acids is the simplest form of lipid that used to synthesize triglyceride and phospholipid, and also can be used to generate ATP. There are 2 types of fatty acids, which is saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. The differences between them are covalent between carbon atoms, saturated with hydrogen atoms and their structure. There are 2 types of unsaturated fatty acids, which is monosaturated and polyunsaturated. Monounsaturated had only 1 kink. Meanwhile, polyunsaturated had more than 1 kink. Kink is a bend at the side of double bond in their structure. There are examples of foods that these fat can be found. Triglycerides is the most plentiful lipid in human body and diet. It consists of 1 glycerol molecule and 3 fatty acids. Molecule that be attached by chemical bond called ester bond or linkage. Hydrolysis occur to breakdown of a single molecule to 3 fatty acids and glycerol. Triglycerides also are divided into 2 types, which is monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. At room temperature, triglycerides in the liquid form, which is oil. Examples of monounsaturated are olive oil, peanut oil, and canola oil, while polyunsaturated are corn oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, and fish oil. PHOS, PHOL, IPID have a glycerol backbone and 2 fatty acid chains attached. For the head, they contain phosphate and nitrogen. The tail are hydrophobic while the head is hydrophilic.
Other lipids. Lipids are a diverse group of molecules that play essential roles beyond simply energy storage. Specialized lipids include eicosanoids, such as prostaglandins and leukotrienes, which act as powerful local signaling molecules to mediate critical processes like inflammation, fever, and blood clotting. The non-polar nature of lipids also defines the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, which require fat for absorption and transport, and are vital cofactors for vision and bone health. Fate of lipids. Ultimately, the fate of lipids is multifunctional. They are oxidized to produce ATP, energy, stored in adipose tissue, form the foundational structure of all cell membranes as phospholipids, and are packaged into lipoproteins for transport throughout the body.